One of Turkey's fastest growing industries is its pharmaceutical sector, which has seen rapid gains in both employment and market value. Although a relative newcomer, the country is looking to become a major hub for research, manufacturing, and the export of pharmaceutical products. But how far does the industry have to go before it catches up with traditional heavyweights in Europe and emerging players in Asia? Safiya Amri tells us more.
Defense is a top priority for every nation. But one external threat caught everyone off guard in 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic not only took several million lives, it upended global pharmaceutical supply chains, exposing major inefficiencies and risks. Turkiye was one of the few countries which managed to navigate the crisis, not seeing major shortages of medical supplies or overwhelmed hospitals. During the height of the pandemic in 2021, Turkey became one of the biggest markets for pharmaceuticals, ranking 10th among European countries and exporting to 185 locations. In 2022, Turkish pharmaceutical and healthcare products reached significant growth, both in value and unit scale. Locally, the industry has generated tens of thousands of jobs through its many production facilities operating at international standards. The steady growth in this field attracted more investment in research and development, which translated into 1,600 patent applications for pharmaceutical products in 2023, making it the sector with the highest number of new patents last year. But Turkey has its eyes set on bigger goals, to become a major exporter and hub in the global pharmaceutical industry.
It is recognized that there are pharmaceutical products that are available made in Turkey, and Turkey incrementally over the last 20 years has improved its provenance. What I mean by provenance is, are they safe? Are they made to standard? Are they made to international standards? Are those data audited? All of those things are going in the right direction for Turkey.
In 2022, Turkey exported nearly $2 billion in pharmaceutical products, with its main markets being in Central Asia and the Middle East. This is still far behind giants like India and China, which exported $25 and $15 billion respectively. But analysts say long-term concerns over safety and quality in those countries and geopolitical tensions between Beijing and Washington could open up new areas for alternate suppliers. Although relatively new to the pharmaceutical industry, Turkey's rapid growth in the sector and its healthcare system, which is pushing innovation, has many hopeful that the country could become a major hub for both research, production, and exports. And being strategically close to key markets in Europe and the Middle East also has many bullish on the future of Turkey's pharmaceutical industry.
And to further discuss Turkey's potential as a global pharmaceutical hub, joining me now from Ankara is Bunyamin Esen. He is an inspector and the former head of strategic development at Turkey's Social Security Institution. Bunyamin, hello and welcome to Strait Talk. So where does the Turkish pharmaceutical sector stand globally, especially when compared to other countries like in Europe and India and China?
Hello, good afternoon. Well, for understanding this, we need to look major figures regarding Turkey's pharmaceutical sector. The pharma production in Turkey in 2021 has reached almost 3.5 billion euros. The sector's employment reached in an immense figure of 45,000 employees directly, and if we add the indirect employment, it is estimated that the total employment is reaching to almost 100,000 people.
So what would it take for Turkey to become a hub for the global pharma industry? I mean, what are the main challenges?
Well, there are serious challenges. First of all, the current market in Turkey is dominantly 76% is controlled by the public institutions, especially the Social Security institution is the main buyer. And we are applying a fixed exchange rate for specific for pharmacies. And this is especially contracting, especially obstructing the global players to come to Turkey and make Turkey as a hub, as a base for investment.
So, Bunyamin, how has COVID-19 exposed major insufficiencies and risks across the globe, especially when it comes to the supply chains?
As you know, COVID has changed a lot of things, but it is specifically visible in the healthcare services. Turkey has recently, in the last decades, become a leader in healthcare thanks to the investments have been made. During the pandemic, Turkey has shown that it has a solid healthcare system, in many ways better than the European peers. In the pandemic, especially antibiotics, antivirals, sedatives, blood fluids, and also medical masks, medical devices were very scarce, and they were particularly sought after. We saw that in Turkey, the pharma supply chain never broken down. So this is an important point for the future of the pharma sector in Turkey.
So Turkey's pharmaceutical market is projected to reach $23 billion by 2027. How big of a share is this? And what do you think? I mean, what factors are driving this growth?
Well, this is an optimistic projection. The pharma revenues worldwide currently is 1.5 trillion US dollars. So it is expected to increase 11 trillion US dollars in 2013. So despite the $23 billion being a big figure, a big aim, pharma emerging markets such as Turkey is only consisting 3 or 4% of the global market. So Turkey has a long way ahead for being a leader in that area. Yet the developed markets are expected to grow 1 to 5% till 2013. So they are stagnating, while the emerging markets, which Turkey is also included, is expected to grow up to 8%. So Turkey has a advantage in terms of extending its base for pharmaceutical industry.
So how much of a difference does Turkey's strategic location make in terms of logistics and access to markets?
Well, this is quite important. As you know, Turkey is located in a very strategic position, and at the center of the crossroads. Turkey's soft power is helping it to extend its power as well. Almost 100 countries are being governed as Istanbul-centered, not just in the pharma sector, but in also all the other sectors. Middle East, Africa, Asia, regional offices of all global multinational companies are in Istanbul. So Turkey is in a very good position in terms of producing generic drugs, R&D drugs, and also biomedicals, the new types of medicines to import, to export from Turkey's base to Middle East, Africa, and Asia.
But there's also a trade deficit. I mean, how could this trade deficit between Turkey's pharmaceutical imports and exports be overcome? And why do you think Turkey is still quite dependent on the import of medicine?
Well, this is quite strategic and important for Turkey. I think this is not just a policy issue, not just a social policy issue. It is also an issue of independence for the country. If we look to the figures, we see that in 2021, as the latest figures, Turkey is importing 1.4 billion euros. Exporting 1.4 billion euros of medicines, but on the other hand, importing 6 billion euros. So we have a trade deficit of 4.5, almost 5 billion euros. So this is a serious challenge for the country. If Turkey wants to develop its domestic pharmaceutical sector, it has to invest in R&D much more because, like the textile sector, Turkey needs to create new medicines, new brands for being attractive for new markets. Actually, right now, only the 100 million euros of R&D investment in the pharma sector is existing in Turkey. So this is very low when we compare to the peers. We have 42 accredited R&D centers for pharma, but this is very low. So the government is planning to extend this. Consider BioNTech founders Uğur Şahin and Özlem Türeci.
Yes.
They are Turkish origin, yet they have created their innovative vaccines in Germany, and now they are contributing to German economy with billions of euros. Turkey needs to attract that kind of an investment potential.
So, Bunyamin, give us a historic perspective on Turkey's healthcare system. I mean, how has the foundation of the central public health institutions and their foundation, of course, 5 years after the Republic's foundation in 1928 under late Health Minister Refik Saydam, contributed to today's health sector in Turkey?
Well, as you know, our president Recep Tayyip Erdogan is talking about the old Turkey and the new Turkey. If you talk about the old Turkey healthcare system, Refik Saydam is the founder of that system. In the 14 years of Minister of Health career of his, he has established the late system of hometown hospitals, maternity and child care homes, and also tuberculosis dispensaries. He has established the vaccines and serums. However, in the last 2 decades, Turkey has changed its petty healthcare system very much. With the healthcare transformation program and universal healthcare coverage, which is launched in 2003, the Turkish government assured free healthcare coverage for almost 99% of the population. Now we are talking about campus hospitals, general health insurance, which is covering everyone, including the migrants. We are talking about family medicine system, which is established. So
yes.
the today's Turkey healthcare market is a mixture of private and public service providers.
All right, Bunyamin, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining me on Strait Talk.